So while we get the presentation set up, I'm going to give you a bit of background that counts as extra time for me. So I apologize in advance for two things. I speak fast and I have a French accent. So my background is simple. I'm a startup guy. I've done a startup in Silicon Valley from 2004 to 2007 called NeoCase. Part of the founding team, we went from 0 to 25 employees, raised $1.5 million and $6.5 million in that time for enterprise software. It was a hard time. We were struggling at the time. Everyone talked about mobile and YouTube and funny video of cats. So I stick to enterprise software and I moved to Canada because of a woman, a French guy here, and then worked for Caseware in the risk analytics space. And essentially, I've been selling million-dollar deals, between $1 million to $5 million size deals. With Caseware, I was professional services head, I was product manager, I was right-hand guy of the CEO to fix everything, and we grew from 20 to 150 employees, all self-funded. I sold to banks in China, Bank of Dongguan, I sold to banks in Thailand, Bank of Guyana, I sold to Bank of America, I sold to a lot of banks, AT&T and others. And every time I went for deployment there, I was not proud. And the reason why I'm here is because I was not proud, and I'm still not proud of the way we handle fraud and crime in our society. So employee fraud detection with machine learning is what Squanto was designed for. Basically, I proposed and pitched my boss several times and several hard times to invest in something called machine learning a couple of years ago. He refused. He wanted to play golf with his beautiful wife, so I quit my job and founded Squanto. So the world has changed, and now I think it's becoming very obvious for everyone. There was a time when you had your firewall, and everything you could VPN in your company, and everything was safe on your network. Your employees who was in the same location than you had their employee badge with their nice little picture on it, and you trusted your employees, isn't it? And well, that has changed completely. There's an employee that might decide that promotion, he totally deserved it. He never shows up on time in his meetings, but that promotion, he deserved it, right? And he decided one day to act upon it. He decided to start stealing money. Or simply, you have poor internal controls. You are a mid-sized company, 500 people, do a lot of things, you're great, but you just lack internal controls. You don't implement them properly, and the tools are limited. That's one of the reasons why I was not proud. The state of technology prevented us from doing proper fraud detection. And now we have more people joining the party. Cyber spies or your competitors placing employees within your organization to extract your IP. So this is how it looks like. This is a real, and you can go in the public domain on presentations I've done. Oh yeah, a little thing. I'm a regular speaker at the American Institute of CPAs at Rutgers University. And this is a typical $1 million GRC deployment. So on the left here you see it's 2008, on the right you don't see it, it's 2016. And there's a failure in the middle, and we were selected to go and clean up the mess. And with a $1 million investment, you get ROI after phase 1 of 6, 1 year after. And in the meantime, your compliance officers, your risk analysts are waiting. And in the meantime, every day there's breach, every day there's loss of assets, every day you have rogue employees doing what they want. So when you implement a proper GRC software today, you have alerts. That's what you get. You spend $1 million and you have alerts all over the place, and you pay. So first of all, to implement that system, you needed a highly paid IT analyst, a highly paid CPA to work together, which already is a challenge. And on top of that, you have alerts at the end, and you have a highly paid CPA or highly paid risk analyst to go manually after one alert after the other. That's great, but with something called big data, and with you have a transaction volume that just increases, that becomes highly inefficient. The current processes, the way the teams are set up, everything is inefficient. So machine learning changes everything for that market in particular. It redefines the key fundamental computing layers to enable a new type of fraud detection. And if you apply machine learning in that context, looking very specifically at specific items, you can go after low-hanging fruits worth several tens of millions. The way I can describe a lot of AI startups today, it's a lot of shovels that don't know where to dig, and I know where to dig. So a few numbers. This is an ugly presentation. Sorry for the conversion to PowerPoint, and I'm a keynote guy. $3.7 trillion. That's the amount of fraud that is committed by employees in the world every year. It gets better. Close to 40% of that is done by middle management. Your own employees who are supposed to watch after your employees to protect your assets. And out of that, the average loss is $150,000. And what upsets me is that 40% of those cases are done by a tipster, guesswork, not systems. It's a growing market. I think you get a picture everywhere in the world, across the world. This is a continuous problem. So the opportunity is simple. It's in retail banking and telecoms. Banking is 20% of all cases worldwide of employee fraud. Every banker I'm talking to right now say, oh, no problem with our employees. Absolutely no problem. You plug the system, you have a different reaction. In retail, it's 6% of the bottom line. JP Morgan paid $36 billion fees because of lack of compliance by their own employees since 2008. And the telecom industry is experiencing a lot of fraud. So today we are hidden. We have a couple of months of growth, we have 4 employees. We're trying to go after 2 key projects. And we have a great board with people from Fortune 500 companies, head of asset protection of Staples, head of asset protection somewhere else, and a banker and a CIO in a large bank. We just announced last week we received a grant from the Kenyan government to accelerate growth on our unique models leveraging machine learning. So by the end of the summer, we should have something that does appear on the screen, which is a few trials. We're looking for an angel round, and we want to focus first on one vertical. If we can raise more, we'll focus on 2 verticals. This is the companies we've served in the team to date. We have a PhD in computer science, we have a PhD in statistics, we have a CTO that has done mass big data crawling engines on cloud-based environments, and that's what we're going after. Squanto. If you want to talk to me after, feel free to reach to me, and here's my Twitter handle. Thank you.